All right, I got my pie crust ready for the bottom layer of the pie. It's ready to go. Now I'm gonna start making the apples. What I started with is I have 1 stick of butter. All right, now to this butter, we're gonna add about 1/3 of a cup of orange juice, believe it or not. 1/3 of a cup of orange juice. Now what I have here, we got that all melted, ready to go. I have 5 Fuji apples and I have 4 Granny Smith apples. So you got a little bit of the tart with the Granny Smith and you got a little of the Fuji apples. You can use, I've used Red Delicious, I've used Macintosh, I've used green, you name it, I've used them all. I've just found that the Fuji and the Granny Smith together, it just gives a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of tartness together, and it just makes it real nice. And that's what we're here to do, is to make it nice, to make you hungry, make you happy. Who doesn't love apple pie? I mean, come on. Everybody loves apple pie. It's great, everybody in there. All right, now to this, we're gonna sweeten them up a little bit. Rinse my hand. We're gonna sweeten up those apples. We're gonna start off with a little bit of sugar here. We got about a cup and a quarter of sugar. Seems like a lot of sugar, but it's a lot of apples. It's a big pie. I'm gonna stop right there. That's regular sugar. Then also I have about a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Yeah, get that in there. Got that going. Turn our heat up a little bit. In that also, I got about a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon. And you might think that's a lot, but you can hold back. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't want that much cinnamon. But I like it. You know, around the holiday times, who doesn't love an apple pie? Also, I'm going to put in that a little bit of nutmeg. I got about a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. It just brings out the flavors. Really nice. All right. We got that going. Also in here, I want to just put a dash of salt. And the salt, what salt does when you're baking, especially, it brings out the flavors in the fruit. It just, it makes it nice. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have this all come together here. You got the orange juice on the bottom, we got the butter, we got the sugar, the brown sugar, the spices. We're going to let this start simmering for about 15-20 minutes. It's going to come to a boil. After it comes to a boil, it's just we're going to turn down the heat, let it simmer for a little while, 15-20 minutes. These are going to get all nice and excited in there, and they're going to just, all the flavors are going to start melding together. It's going to be really good. So once this is all ready to go, once that's all boiling and ready to go, then we're going to take it from there and transfer it into our pie shell. Okay, as you can see, the apples are boiling, bubbling, all nice in there, but now our sauce, see how thin our sauce is. When you make an apple pie, you don't want, when you cut into that pie, you don't want it to be real runny and all that juice and all that nice, wonderful flavor runs out. So what you do is you make a slurry. This is basically water and flour mixed together. And just get it, and then while this is boiling, you just want to add a little bit of this in here. Don't worry, this is how they do it. You just never see how people make it, but this is how you thicken your sauce. This is just, you can use cornstarch as well. I've just found that flour, for some reason, works better when I'm making this apple pie. See how it's already coming together? It's already starting to get nice and thick. The apples are getting nice and thick. Get it in there, a little more. Stir this together. And you'll see how it just starts to thicken. It thickens up automatically. It makes it all nice, and you get that nice, thick, rich. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice how it's running over the apples? And I wish you could smell this. It's wonderful. Then you let it come to a boil one more time, real quick here. Yeah. Now I'm going to add just a little bit more. I want it just a little bit thicker because I don't like all the goodness of those apples and all that flavor running when I cut into my pie. Oh yeah, there it is, perfect. It's coming together now, you can see it. Nice and thick and rich. The flavors of the cinnamon, the nutmeg. Awesome. We're good to go. And these are already, they're getting soft. All the flavors are already coming together. We're going to turn the heat off. We're going to bring this over here and transfer it to our pie shell. See if we can do this without splashing too much. Oh yeah. There we go. Let's see there. That's just about right. A little bit more. If you got extra apples, that's okay. I usually give a cup of apples to one of the kids or something, and it's a great little treat. You got some leftover apples there, or you can make little mini apple pies and make them in some ramekins and make them for later, because you always have extra dough as well. All right, so now we got that in there. Look at how nice that looks. Get my spoon, get these all spread out here. All right. Doesn't that look wonderful? Who doesn't love apple pie? Come on now. Love apple pie. All right, now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to cover the top, and you can do it in a full, complete sheet if you want. I like to make strips. It just kind of looks a little nicer. So what I do is I just take a little spatula or something dull that won't scratch your surface. Make some strips right there. Make another one. And once again, what we put in this mix, in those apples, we put about a cup and a quarter of sugar, regular sugar. We put a half a cup of brown sugar. Now this is like 2 9-inch pie shells. So don't think, oh wow, that's a lot of sugar. But that's really like 2 pies. It's not 1 pie here. This is a double mix, a double recipe. And you know, come on, if you're making apple pie, you want it a little sweet. It's not like you eat this every day. If you don't want something sweet, you know, go and eat a carrot or something. But when you're not eating carrots and you want something nice and sweet, we're going to make this apple pie. So we're just going to put these strips over it like that. Slam right on there like that. Isn't that nice? Very simple. This isn't really hard to do, as you can see. It's very simple to do. We're going to put that like that. We're going to cut this one in half. About that. Oh, this is looking good. All right, we're going to just place that on there like that. Now you just take your spatula there, take a butter knife if you like. Just trim off the edges, kind of clean up the edges a little bit. I'm going to pop this in the oven for, first what you want to do is you want to start this out at around 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. And what that's going to do, that's going to get your top all nice and golden brown. You can sprinkle a little sugar on top if you like. A lot of times I'll sprinkle just a little bit of sugar on top. What you want to do is 400 degrees for 15 minutes. We're going to pop it in the oven. After 15 minutes, we're going to lower it to 325 and cook it for right about an hour. And you'll notice it just starts to get real nice and golden brown, and the smells will just start coming out. So we're going to go ahead and pop it in the oven now and give it about an hour. All right, the pie's been baking for about an hour on 325. We had it at 400 for 15 minutes, so we're going to take it out now. Oh yeah, it's looking wonderful. It's nice and browned on the top. We're going to bring it over here. Oh, does that look beautiful? Nice. All right, we're going to cut a slice here. This is really hot. There's nothing better, especially when the fall coming and holidays coming. Nice slice of apple pie. Cut a little corner out here. The longer you let this sit, you can see all the juices, you can see the steam coming off of this. But the longer you let this sit, obviously the firmer it's going to come together. This is really hot. But the more it sits there, the more, let's see if we get that out there. We're just going to put a nice piece there. Get some of this here. It's almost like a cobbler. You see all that juice. That juice is all going to come together as it rests, as it sits together. I'm just going to put a little piece on there. I'm going to set that there. I'm going to get a little scoop of ice cream. Put a little scoop of ice cream on here. There's nothing like apple pie a la mode. We're just going to put a little scoop of ice cream on there. Dust it with a little bit of powdered sugar. Make it nice. That looks good. I'm going to take a bite of this here. I got my hot coffee. There's nothing like a nice cup of coffee with the nice hot apple pie. Oh, this is incredible. You got to try this. You got to try making it. It's so simple to make. You saw I made the crust by myself. Made it all from scratch. There's like 4 ingredients in the crust. It was very simple. Thanks for watching the Holy Cannoli Cooking Show. I'm Ron. I'm going to take a bite of this. I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Oh my gosh. That is terrific. We'll see you later.